Space was silent above Earth, but that silence was about to break. Far beyond the moon, thousands of massive alien warships appeared without warning. They did not arrive with noise or fire, they arrived like shadows covering the stars. The fleet was endless, black metal ships stretching across space like a wall of death. Their engines glowed with cold blue light, powerful enough to destroy entire planets. Inside the largest warship, Commander Varex stood on his command platform. He was tall, armored, and emotionless, his red eyes fixed on the small blue planet below. Earth. He looked at it with disgust. On the main screen, information about Earth appeared. A single line was highlighted in bright red. Prototype failure #E394. The bridge officers began to laugh quietly. One officer spoke. This is the failed experiment the creators abandoned. Another officer smiled. This species was never meant to survive. Commander Varex did not laugh, but he did smile slightly. He had fought many wars, destroyed many civilizations. But this was different. This was not a war. This was an execution. He watched Earth closely. The planet looked peaceful. White clouds moved slowly above blue oceans. City lights glowed softly on the dark side of the world. It looked weak, fragile, defenseless. Commander Varex activated the deep scan systems. Invisible waves passed through Earth, scanning every corner of the planet. The results appeared quickly. No planetary shield. No orbital defense stations. No war fleet in space. Nothing. The bridge became quiet for a moment. Then the officers began laughing again. One officer said, "They cannot even defend their own sky." Another said, "They do not deserve to exist." Commander Varex crossed his arms. "This will be the easiest victory in galactic history," he said calmly. But then, a young scanning officer spoke nervously. "Commander, something is strange." The room became quiet. Commander Varex turned slowly. "What is it?" he asked. The officer hesitated. "Earth is not responding," he said. Commander Varex frowned slightly. "Explain." The officer swallowed. "They see us," he said. "Our ships are visible to their satellites. They know we are here." Commander Varex waited. "And," he said. "They are doing nothing," the officer replied. The commander stared at the screen again. Earth remained calm. No ships launched. No weapons activated. No signals sent. Just silence. It did not make sense. Every species reacted with fear, panic, or surrender. But not Earth. Earth was watching. Commander Varex felt something unfamiliar. Discomfort. He zoomed the screen closer. He saw human cities. Cars moving normally. Lights turning on and off. People living their lives. They were not acting like a species about to die. They were acting like they were not afraid. That was impossible. One officer laughed nervously. "They are primitive animals," he said. "They do not understand what is happening." Commander Varex did not answer. He kept watching. Something about Earth felt wrong. Not weak. Not afraid. Just patient. Waiting. He did not like that feeling. Thousands of years ago, the ancient creators made Earth as an experiment. They designed humans to be emotional, divided, and weak. Earth was never meant to become strong. It was meant to fail. And it was abandoned. Forgotten. Ignored. But now, Commander Varex was not looking at a dead experiment. He was looking at something alive. Something aware. Something watching him back. He turned to his officers. "Prepare the invasion fleet," he ordered coldly. Thousands of alien ships powered their weapons. Drop ships moved into position. Soldiers prepared for planetary assault. Everything was ready. Everything was perfect. Commander Varex looked at Earth one last time. The small blue planet remained silent, calm, fearless. And that silence made him uncomfortable. Because prey always ran. But Earth was not running. The invasion began without warning. Thousands of alien dropships separated from the main fleet and moved toward Earth. They entered the atmosphere like falling stars, burning with blue fire. Commander Varex watched everything from his warship above. His face was calm, but his eyes stayed focused on the screen. "This will be over quickly," he said. The dropships passed through Earth's clouds and approached human cities. The alien soldiers inside were ready for battle. They carried advanced weapons, armor, and scanners. They expected resistance. They expected fear. But they found neither. The ships landed in open areas near major cities. The doors opened slowly. Alien soldiers stepped onto Earth for the first time. Their weapons were ready. Their scanners were active. Their eyes searched for enemies. But the streets were empty. No armies. No tanks. No defense. Only silence. One alien soldier spoke through the comm system. "This planet is already defeated," he said. Another soldier laughed. "They are too weak to fight," he replied. Commander Varex listened from orbit. Everything was going as expected. But then, a report came from Squad 7. "Commander, we see humans," the squad leader said. Varex leaned forward. "Are they armed?" he asked. There was a pause. "No," the soldier replied. "They are just standing there." On the screen, Varex saw the humans. They stood in the distance, watching. They did not run. They did not attack. They did not surrender. They simply watched. Their faces showed no panic, no fear, only calm. That made the alien soldiers uncomfortable. One soldier raised his weapon. "Should we eliminate them?" he asked. The squad leader hesitated. "They are not a threat," he replied. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. Commander Varex watched closely. He had seen many species face extinction. They all reacted the same way. They cried. They ran. They begged. But not humans. Humans watched. As if they were not surprised. As if they were expecting this. Suddenly, a loud static sound filled the comm system. Squad 7's signal became weak. "Commander, something is interfering," the squad leader said. The signal flickered. Then stabilized. "Report," Varex ordered. The squad leader looked around. "Nothing is visible," he said. Then, one soldier disappeared. He did not scream. He did not move. He was simply gone. The other soldiers froze. "Where did he go?" one shouted. Their scanners showed nothing. No movement. No energy. No enemy. Commander Varex stood up. "What happened?" he demanded. The squad leader sounded confused. "He was here," he said. "He was standing next to me." Then, another soldier vanished. Gone. Without sound. Without warning. Panic began to grow. "This is impossible," one soldier said. Their weapons pointed in every direction. But there was nothing to see. Nothing to shoot. Commander Varex felt something cold inside him. Fear. For the first time. He did not understand what was happening. "Fall back," he ordered immediately. But it was too late. The signal from Squad 7 became weaker. One by one, the soldiers disappeared, until only static remained. Then silence. Squad 7 was gone. Commander Varex stared at the screen. His officers were silent. No one laughed anymore. No one spoke. The planet below remained calm, peaceful, silent, as if nothing had happened. Commander Varex realized something terrifying. Earth was not defenseless. Earth was hunting. Commander Varex stood in complete silence. The loss of Squad 7 made no sense. His army was the most advanced force in the galaxy. His soldiers were trained to survive any environment. Yet they vanished on a primitive planet. "This is not possible," one officer said quietly. Commander Varex did not answer. His eyes stayed on Earth. The blue planet looked peaceful. Too peaceful. "Send more squads," Varex ordered. "We will find what is hiding." At once, more drop ships entered Earth's atmosphere. This time, they sent larger forces. More soldiers. More weapons. More scanners. They landed in multiple locations across the planet. Forests. Deserts. Cities. Mountains. Every squad was alert. Every soldier was ready. They would not be surprised again. Squad 12 landed near a large human city. The streets were empty. Buildings stood tall and silent. Wind moved small pieces of paper across the ground. The squad leader scanned the area. No life signs nearby, he reported. But he was wrong. They were being watched. From rooftops. From shadows. From places the scanners could not see. Humans were there. Watching. Waiting. Learning. The alien soldiers moved forward slowly. Their armor made heavy sounds with each step. Their weapons were ready. Their eyes searched everywhere. But they saw nothing. Then, a strange sound came from behind them. A soft metallic noise. One soldier turned. But it was too late. He disappeared. Gone without a trace. No contact, the squad leader shouted. The soldiers moved closer together. Fear began to grow. This planet is hiding something, one soldier said. Above Earth, Commander Varex received more reports. Squad 12 lost 2 soldiers. Squad 9 lost 3. Squad 4 stopped responding completely. One by one. His army was disappearing. Commander Varex felt anger. Not fear. Anger. He activated long-range scanners. He would find the enemy. But the scanners showed nothing. No ships. No cloaked units. No hidden bases. Nothing. That was impossible. Every enemy could be detected. Every enemy left a signal. But not this one. Then, an officer discovered something. Commander, she said slowly, we are detecting human satellites. Commander Varex frowned. Primitive satellites cannot harm us, he said. The officer shook her head. They are not primitive, she replied. She showed the data. The satellites were watching alien movements. Tracking them. Learning from them. Adapting. Commander Varex realized something disturbing. Humans were not attacking directly. They were studying. They were observing. They were learning how the alien army worked. Humans were being patient. Very patient. Like predators. Waiting for the perfect moment. On Earth, another alien squad moved through a forest. The trees were tall and dark. The air was cold and quiet. The soldiers felt exposed. One soldier spoke nervously. I feel like something is watching us. Another soldier replied. There is nothing here. He was wrong. Something was there. Watching from the darkness. Waiting. Suddenly, their comm system stopped working. Their scanners went offline. Their armor systems failed. Panic filled their minds. What is happening? One shouted. Then, one by one, they disappeared. Commander Varex watched the reports in horror. This was not war. This was extermination. But not of humans. Of his army. He finally understood the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were survivors. They lived on a dangerous world. A world full of war. Disease. Disaster. Humans evolved in chaos. Humans learned to fight. Humans learned to adapt. Humans learned to hunt. Commander Varex whispered to himself. This is not a failed prototype. This is something else. Above Earth, his fleet prepared for the next command. But for the first time, Commander Varex was unsure. Because now he knew. His army was not invading Earth. His army was trapped on Earth. Commander Varex stood frozen as the reports continued to arrive. More squads were gone. More ships stopped responding. His perfect invasion was falling apart. This makes no sense, one officer whispered. Commander Varex clenched his fists. He had conquered hundreds of worlds. He had defeated powerful empires. But Earth was different. Earth did not fight like other species. Earth did not attack with large armies. Earth attacked silently, carefully, patiently. Scan the entire planet again, Varex ordered. We must find their weapons. The alien scanners expanded across Earth. They scanned every ocean, every mountain, every city. Then, they found something. Hidden signals. Very faint. Very advanced. Commander Varex looked closer. The signals were coming from Earth's orbit. But there were no ships visible. This is impossible, an officer said. There is nothing there. But the signals were real. Something was hiding. Something invisible. Watching the alien fleet. Then suddenly, one alien warship in orbit lost power. Its lights turned off. Its engines stopped. Report, Commander Varex shouted. No response came. The ship floated in silence. Dead. Moments later, another ship lost power. Then another. Panic spread across the alien fleet. Our systems are failing, one officer said. Our controls are not responding, another said. Commander Varex felt cold fear. This was not an accident. This was an attack. But there were no visible enemies. Only Earth below. Calm. Silent. Watching. Then, a message appeared on the alien command screen. It was not in alien language. It was human language. Simple. Clear. 3 words. We see you. The entire command bridge became silent. No one spoke. No one moved. Commander Varex stared at the message. Humans had accessed their systems. Humans had reached their fleet. That was impossible. Humans were supposed to be primitive. Weak. Unorganized. But this was not primitive. This was advanced. Very advanced. On Earth, hidden deep beneath oceans. Inside mountains. And beneath cities. Human technology was active. Technology built in secret. Technology built over generations. Humans knew they were not alone in the universe. Humans prepared for this day. They watched the stars. They listened. They waited. They learned. They improved. They evolved. Not just their bodies, but their minds. Their machines. Their weapons. Earth was never weak. Earth was patient. Back on the alien flagship, fear filled the room. Commander, an officer said nervously, we are losing control of the fleet. Commander Varex tried to activate emergency systems. Nothing responded. His fleet was no longer under his control. It was under human control. For the first time in his life, Commander Varex realized the truth. He was not the hunter. He was the prey. Earth was not a failed prototype. Earth was not an abandoned experiment. Earth was something far more dangerous. Earth was ready. Then suddenly, above Earth, space itself began to move. Dark shapes appeared from invisibility. Massive ships. Human ships. Hidden the entire time. Waiting. Watching. Preparing. Commander Varex stared in horror. Earth was no longer silent. Earth was finally revealing its true power. Commander Varex could not move. His red eyes stared at the dark shapes appearing across space. They were human warships. Hundreds of them. Maybe thousands. They appeared slowly, emerging from invisibility. Their black surfaces reflected the light of Earth. Their engines glowed with calm blue energy. They had been there the entire time. Watching. Waiting. Preparing. The alien officers were frozen in fear. This is impossible, one officer whispered. They were hiding from us, another said. Commander Varex felt something he had never felt before. Helpless. His powerful fleet was no longer in control. Human ships surrounded them from every direction. Above. Below. And all around. There was no escape. Then, another message appeared on the command screen. This time, it was longer. It was still in human language. You came uninvited. You came with weapons. You came to destroy. Now you will face the consequences. Commander Varex tried to send a retreat order, but his systems did not respond. His fleet was trapped. Human ships moved into attack positions. Calm, precise, confident. They did not rush. They did not panic. They acted with complete control, as if they had already won. The first alien warship exploded without warning. A bright flash of light filled space. Then darkness. Another alien ship lost power and drifted helplessly. Then another exploded. And another. One by one. The most advanced army in the galaxy was being destroyed. They could not fight back. They could not escape. They could only watch their end. Commander Varex's breathing became slow. He understood now. Earth was never weak. Earth was never helpless. Earth was never afraid. Earth was waiting. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the enemy to reveal everything. Humans had studied them. Learned their technology. Found their weaknesses. And now, humans were finishing the war before it truly began. Around him, alien ships burned and died. His great fleet was gone. His proud army was gone. Everything was gone. He was the last. Commander Varex looked at Earth one final time. The small blue planet looked peaceful. Beautiful. But now he saw the truth. It was not peaceful. It was powerful. It was not weak. It was patient. With his final strength, Commander Varex activated an emergency signal. He sent one last message to the galaxy. His voice was no longer proud. It was filled with warning. Do not invade Earth, he said. Do not underestimate humans. They are not prey. They are predators. Moments later, human ships targeted his flagship. Bright light filled the command bridge. The ship began to break apart. Commander Varex did not move. He accepted his fate. The light consumed everything. Then, silence. Far away, across the galaxy, alien civilizations waited for their army to return. But it never did. The most advanced army in the galaxy had vanished. Destroyed by the species they laughed at. Destroyed by Earth. And from that day forward, the galaxy never laughed at Earth again. The galaxy feared Earth.